I want to open up with a real brief story that I read last week. A man so distraught with the conditions of the world, all the pain and suffering that goes with it. And he's had all he can take, so he falls to the ground, bangs his fist in the dirt, and looks up to the heavens and says, God, can you not see this mess that you created? Can you not see all the pain and suffering that's going on? Why don't you do something? And God, in a gentle voice, said, I did. I sent you. God sent you to look after me, and He sent me to look after you. There's no such thing as a lone Christian in this world. We have to have each other. If you've ever heard this story, and those of you that know me and hear me a lot, you've heard some of these stories, but they're still good no matter how many times you hear them. I heard a story not too long ago about a gentleman that had gone to church all his life, like many of you have, and for whatever reason, he got distraught at what he heard at church. Didn't like what was being preached. There's too many politics in church. There's hypocrites on the front row. Imagine that. He just didn't like it anymore. So he takes it upon himself to just quit going to church. Now the pastor doesn't notice this at first, but he eventually does. So after a few weeks, the pastor decides to pay the man a visit. Knocks on his door, the gentleman invites him in, and they go sit by a beautiful, well-lit fireplace. No words were spoken. After about 10 minutes of silence, the preacher walks over to the fireplace, gets the fireplace utensils, takes the flaming log off the top and sets it off to the side. And he goes back and sits down. 10 or 15 minutes passes by, and the lone log over here now becomes smoke and smolder. So the preacher once again goes over to the fireplace, picks up the smoke and smoldering log, puts it back on the fire, and it once again blazes. And he leaves. The next Sunday, the man's back at church. He looks at the preacher and says, that was the best sermon that's ever been preached, and no words were spoken. I realize that by myself I'm nothing but smoke and smolder. But with the community of the faithful, we're the light of Christ. And I think that is so true in everything that we do. I mean, don't you?